Let's talk about an ugly thing that we kind of talked about a little bit in the beginning, but I think we need to nail it down. We've been doing this for a number of decades now, and one of the benefits of being around for a while is that you can see the ebb and flow of trends and management methodologies that come and go. And it seems like every 5 or 10 years there's a new hype. Everybody's hyping things up. I don't know about you, but I have a certain sensitivity to things that are hyped too much. I don't have a resistance. I'm open. I'll take a look at it, but I find it sometimes suspect because I think a lot of people are trying to sell you something that's not that can't deliver what they promise. One of the ugly things that I've noticed with a lot of clients who maybe 20 years ago were really at the forefront of developing project, program, and portfolio capabilities, also developing great PMOs, I think a lot of them are in danger now of losing their permanent status. Would you agree with that?
Tell me some more about what you mean by permanent status.
I think in some cases I can think of specific clients where, and the practice guide of the PMO kind of refers to this, is your service delivery. If it's static, you're bound to be redundant and fail somewhere along. You go into the decline phase. And I think there's a number. I won't name the company, but there's a very large company that I deal with where the PMO is no longer called a PMO. It's called, I think, something of business excellence, which, I don't really care what you call it. You can't fool me. If I jiggle it, it's still a PMO to me. But it's gone beyond that. Their mandate has changed. Their standing has changed because, as you said, words are powerful. And if I change the wording, it can have an impact on my perception of legitimacy and scope of influence, right? Mm-hmm. Other companies, I see, when there's a new vice president who comes in, who's confronted with an existing PMO, that might be the first thing that they sacrifice at the altar of cost savings so that they can get their quick wins, right? Other PMOs, I know I have some senior people who've been there for almost 35 years who really built it from scratch before anybody knew what the heck it was for. They delivered value. But it was kind of person-centric, right? So very dominant PMO leader who's eventually going to retirement. And the question is, can his number twos and number three fill his shoes? And is management open to somebody filling their shoes? So these are some scenarios. I'm not saying that this is across the board, but I mean, even in the practice guide, I think they very honestly and openly discuss this thing that I think a lot of organizations tire of PMOs or reevaluate, do we really need this? Does this really need to be a permanent institution? And I think that's a trend that's troubling.
Yeah, it's interesting.